Hey everybody, so today what we're working on is the Campstool Seat. Okay, and basically what this is going to look like is something like this. That's what it's going to look like in the end. And we're working on it right now. A couple tips and things you want to remember are when you're working with this, make sure you get it wet. Put it in like a bowl, something like this. You put your weavers in it, get them nice and wet, but don't leave them in there too long, because that could actually change the color, make them even too brittle, maybe even. So just be careful when you put them in there. Don't put them in there too long. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to attach and put more weavers together. And what we're gonna do is, this has been sitting here for a while. So another tip is, if you have this sitting and you had to go eat dinner or go eat a meal or something like that, the best thing to do, spray bottle. Have a little spray bottle with water in it, and you just spray it down. Spray it all over. This will help give that flex back into it, because if you've let it sit for too long now, it's probably too tight. It's going to be dry, and this is going to be, so now you can see the coloring here. I've sprayed this down real well. Now another cool little tip that you can do is, while you're working on it or doing anything, use these. It's just like a sandwich bag holder, like from like your kitchen, or any other type of clip or clamp, and you can actually just clamp it on, help hold things in place. Now, another thing we do here is, you can see some tape around here. That's where we started it. So we taped it around here on this leg, and then we ran it back here and then over, and just kept wrapping it around, okay? So that's basically the stuff that you need to know for the starts. Oh, another good tip thing that you need to know is, make sure you use the ones that are on top, because there's going to be a bar that's going to look like it's going to be up higher, and there's going to be a bar that's down lower. The one that's up higher needs to be the ones on the outside, and the lower ones need to be the ones on the inside. Hopefully you can see it out there. So this one's lower than this bar back here. This one's higher, lower, higher. All right, so let's get started. And so now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take one of my flat reed weavers here, nice and wet. I'm gonna grab a stapler, and so when I look at this, I notice that it's not enough space here to attach another piece. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to take it back, all the way back around to the middle, or a little bit further than the middle, underneath. And it's going to leave me a long piece, unfortunately, but that's what I'm going to have to do. And so now I can take my other piece, take my new piece of flat reed here, of this weaver, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take my stapler, put 2 staples in it. Oop, that one did not work so well. Take that one out. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, now I'll just keep going along the same pattern. Just keep going over until you get completely finished. Once you're all the way over, that's where I'm going to start up the next video. I'm going to use this clamp, hold this while I get the rest of my next pieces ready. So now next time you see this video start up, I will now be starting the next process. Alright, so we're back now. We have finished doing the weave all the way along, and you can see I'm using these clips. Once you're down to the end and gone all the way down over to the edge, now what you're going to do is, you're going to take it and you're going to bend it around the corner, so that you can keep continuously using the same reed all the way through. So just bend it around the corner. Then you're going to want to start doing the 2 over, as our master pattern says, over 2, under 2, over 2, all the way through. Okay? So we're going to take this, we're going to go over these 2, And I'm using a knife to try to help with this. Under those two. I'm pulling back up through. Go over another two. Then we're going under these two. Then we're going to go over. Then we're going to go under. Over. Just going to keep on going. So over those two. Under these two. And just check, see, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Under, over. I'll try to pull all this through here. And this one will go over here. All right. Push that over. All right. And now we're going to start the next row. And the next row is going to be over 1, under 2. Okay? So I'm going to attach a new one and I'm going to start working. All right. Now you can see what we've done is after I've done the top first row, the over and under, then you flip it over and you do the same thing here with the over under on the bottom. Pull that through. And be careful with your staples when you're pulling this through, because this is where all your staplers are going to be. You could use pliers to try to push the staples in. That'll help, because yeah, they're definitely getting caught when I'm trying to pull this through, and I wasn't being that careful. I was trying to do it for the video. So definitely be careful when you do your pull through. All right, there we go. So now we'll turn it back over. And we'll now start on row 2, going to the next set. All right, everybody, welcome back again. We're here still just going and going and going. And this takes a while. Okay, so I mean, just getting this far has probably taken almost 30 minutes to an hour. Always just keep checking. You see, like I got 2 here, 2 here. You'll look for these 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You'll see that pattern going along, okay? If you see a mess up, make sure you don't see it like way further in here and you have to undo everything. If you do have a little mess up somewhere, it's okay, and especially if it's way in here, I don't want you to undo everything to get back to this point. So just as you're going, just keep checking, make sure you have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so then now same thing, just keep going and going and going and going. I am running low on my flat reeds here, on my weavers. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it all the way through, all the way to the end. But I want you to keep going as far as you can. I'm going to keep going as far as I can and see what I can get to. Hey everybody, so another little thing is, once you get over down here this far, and you're working on the stool specifically, you might run out of reed. There might not be enough. I happen to have some extra, it's a little bit different color, but it's okay because I plan on like coloring it anyway and spraying it, so it'll be okay. But if you get to this point, what you can do is just slide your reeds over and just kind of make it look even all the way across. You don't need to push it so tight. Mine is pretty tight along here, so if you spread it out more, it won't be as tight, but you can get it all finished, and that will still count. You don't have to do it as tight and try to go all the way over. Another thing to remember is when you're getting especially over this far, it's going to get tight in here. So just use like a butter knife. Use something like this, and when you're pushing over, when you're getting to these points and you're having that issue, you can just hold it up, slide it through, push your knife underneath, under the second one over, and then slide over. And you can switch over. slide in. Switch over, slide over. Okay? Just switch the butter knife back and forth, and you'll be able to get it completed.